Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. I have just witnessed QPR 0, Nottingham Forest 4. An absolute massacring in the end. Forest going in 1-0 up at half time. A red card for Lee Wallace into the second half, changed the game, and Forest going off into the distance as QPR collapse at the end. I haven't checked the tables. I believe Forest up to 4th place with that game in hand, and Rangers' slippery streak continues. Here is what happened just back there at QPR. Rangers line up. They've tried to be a little bit tighter with selections. Obviously, horrible goals against record. It's got even worse today, I'm afraid, if you're a Rangers fan. So a few of the creatives we've seen before not starting. So Lumley in goal. The back three is Hall, Leisner and Wallace. Kane and Manning are the wing backs. You've got Ball and Amos, so two sitters pretty much, with Eze, the creative force in midfield. Wells and Chair up front. So no Hugill. Warburton not going for a big man. He's gone for a runner and a dribbler in Ilias Chair. Forest line up. Bit of an interesting system for them. It's not something they're used to. It's a 4-2-3-1. So Samba in goal, Cash, Worrell, Figueiredo, Robinson is the back four. That's pretty standard. You've got Watson and you've got Silva, who's normally a more creative presence, sitting next to Watson in the double pivot. You don't have to be a central midfielder, a defensive-minded central midfielder, to play that far back. And maybe Silva can have an influence as a deep-line playmaker rather than a more traditional number 10. He certainly had a good game today. Adoma off to the right, Lolly in the 10 position, Amiobi down the left, Lewis Graben up top. Not the most auspicious of starts. Both teams feeling each other out. 8th minute, Manning free kick over the wall and wide. On 10, Graben gets it. It's a giveaway from the Rangers defence. He's low, 20-yarder is easy for Lumley. As the feeling out process is going on, Forest forced himself a corner. The first one, they're on the right-hand side. The first one's taken by Silva. It's a right-footed. It's an out swinger. That one gets cleared away, but over goes Joe Lolly for the second one. They reconfigure. It's going to be an in-swinger with Lolly's left footer, and it is a good delivery, but it's poor. It's a free header for Figueiredo. Lolly whips the corner in. We're in minute 15. They haven't reset, having faced the outswing, and now for the inswinger. Figueiredo up on the back post, and it's really, really simple. Corner swung in, and he heads it straight into the net to give Forest the lead. And what we know about Forest is they're very stable. They're very happy to surrender possession. You don't want to go 1-0 down on 15 minutes as the home team against them now, because they will draw you out. But it's not a bad response, actually, from Rangers. Forrest is sleeping from a clever short corner here. It's low into the near post. Cut back to Manning. He blazes it over. Normally more composed with that left foot, Ryan Manning. They could have caught Forest cold. That old cliche about you being at your most vulnerable when you scored would have been, and they weren't concentrating from that corner. Forest then, as you'd imagine, under Lamouchi, get everything nice and solid. Watson is calling the shots, calling the team shape from that deep line position, and I think they look fairly comfortable. We get up to 31. It's a Forest corner. Again, swung into the back post by Silva from the left this time, the in-swinger. Figueiredo, again, that man, he recycles it back. Worrell gets a touch, and then Amiobi's on the near post. He can't quite convert. He's right close in that 6-yard box there. 32, Manning, low cross here. Wells, he gets ahead of his man. It's a really difficult chance. He pokes it first time from just inside the box. That one goes wide. On 34, it's a Rangers corner here. Manning picks it up. It's gone all the way over from the other side. He's covering on the right-hand side, cuts in, hits the low shot, 20-yarder, left footer. Samba doesn't want to catch this one, punches that one clear. Amiobi and Amos coming together straight after that. Amos wants a penalty. He's not going to get one. 36, Manning forward again, slid into Chair. Corner of the box, good effort from Chair. He hits it early, I think with the left foot. It's swerving against Samba. But what I know in the 2 games I've seen at Samba, he's a strong presence. He stands up and he pours that one away with his right hand. Good save. You can see Forest conceding territory, but only conceding half chances. They're happy for Rangers to have the ball, and it's only half chances here. No big chances conceded at all. Kane, quick one through to Chair here. Low shot. Samba is behind it again. He looks so confident in the goal, Bryce Samba. As I say, I've only seen him play twice. Haven't seen anyone score past him yet. And he plays with a kind of charisma as well that must be very good for the defenders in front of him in terms of their confidence. Half time, it's standard Lamouchi stuff from what I've seen. Forest tight, solid. Watson sitting in. They get a set play. They score from their big chance, and they're comfortable and they're happy without the ball. Forest, a very well organised team, and dare I say, given Leeds and West Brom at the moment, I think Forest would be all right with Lamouchi managing them in a playoff game. They're going to be very, very hard to score against, put it that way. Into the second half, we were discussing this on the concourse. I need to give a shout out to Mr. Dorr, Forest YouTuber, and Malcolm, who sorted me my ticket. We wondered whether Warburton would go at half-time or wait till the hour. He goes at half-time. In comes Jordan Hugill. Out goes Amos. So Hugill goes in up front. Chair then goes back into midfield, and all of a sudden you've switched from 2 sitting midfielders and just Eze to ball sitting, and you now got Eze and Chair and your 2 forwards and your 2 wing backs. This is what QPR was built on earlier in the season, but I think Warburton's starting to second guess himself now, given all of these goals conceded by Rangers. And Wallace give and go with Manning. Wallace really forward well from left centre back here, cuts back to Chair, touch and shot, nothing doing there. But key moment now, the game is going to swing in the 49th minute. It is knocked over the top by Silva. Remember, Lolly's playing in that 10 position. He's not playing wide today. He gets the run on them. Now he is in behind. Wallace pulls him back, takes him down. It's the obvious goal scoring opportunity, and the red card comes out for Lee Wallace. Mark Warburton scratching his head here because he's just gone to 2 forwards, and 4 minutes later he's lost a centre half. Not good for QPR, and the way this game was panning out, it really was the death knell, because, as I say, Forest really comfortable to just sit in, collect their team shape, and say, okay, have half chances, but you're not going to score, and if you commit too many forward, we're going to pick you off on the break. 51, Cash late on Manning, yellow card there. So Warburton has to do something about it. Poor old Chair has just got into midfield. He's going to come out. Scowen is going to come on. It's hard for Warburton because he can hardly now go one up front, having just gone at half-time and brought Hugill on. So it's kind of 4-3-2 formation. Scowen's going to sit in there in central midfield. But best laid plans for Warburton scuppered by that red card. Lolly looks at it now. He's really making a difference, actually. So a few of the Forest fans I talked to said he hasn't been quite to his full self, but looked good today. He's driving on the counter and he forces Scowen into another foul. When he gets going in that 10 position and he's running right through in the middle, very dangerous player. Maybe that's something Lamouchi may revisit, but he seems to have a plethora of attacking midfielders, as we're going to see Carvalho come on later, and Silva's obviously sitting further back. So interestingly stocked in that position. Whether the 4-2-3-1 might be the way to go long term, we will see. Close here, Kane to the byline. He runs it all the way down. It's a really good cross on the run by Todd Kane. Scowen is arriving. He gets a good header on it. I don't think Samba sees it till late. It's just wide of the post. It hits the stanchion behind the goal, ripples the net, and some of the Rangers fans think that one's gone in. Scowen doing what you have to in a 3-man midfield with only 10 men trying to get forward and support. Unlucky there. Good chance. Lamouchi's going to start tinkering now to just keep Warburton guessing. Carvalho comes in. Not for Amiobi at all, for Adoma. I don't know why I wrote down Amiobi. Attacking midfielders beginning with A. There you go. So Lolly's going to go over and play on the right. He normally plays that inverted wing role. Carvalho in the 10 position. Amiobi off to the left, as you were. Grabbing still up top. Robinson supporting well here. Hits a low left foot. That deflects wide. It's on target, but it's a bit of a fullback shot, let's just say. We need to shore up the centre midfield from a Forest point of view here. Bostock comes in for Joe Lolly. A decent performance by Joe Lolly. Again, like I say, I think Lamouche should be pleased that he knows that he can use Lolly in a 10 position in a 4-2-3-1 now. So you're always looking for different solutions in games, and if that's something he can switch up to. I know he's been a bit wedded to the 4-1-4-1 without a number 10. Good news there if Lolly can be versatile. John Bostock is on for about 20 seconds before he gets booked. He hasn't even touched the ball yet. The free kick is dead central. Wells takes it. Good effort, actually. He doesn't put any curl or shape on it. He just dips it over the wall, and Samba, who's an excellent keeper from what I can see, gets down, makes the save. Well, Bostock with the corner here. Figueiredo heads back. Carvalho on the half volley. Good block by Scone, really throws himself at that one. So we're up to the 80th minute now, and it's still 1-0, but here comes El Collapso from QPR. It's all going to end in tears here. And here comes the second goal, really the killer goal. And it's excellent from Amiobi. He kind of turns into Mark Overmars briefly down that left-hand side. Kane's been back and forth. Obviously, he's got no protection now with a narrow three-man midfield in front of him. Amiobi gets the run on him. We know Amiobi is capable of this stuff. He's just a bit of an erratic player sometimes. But this is really excellent. He engages. He knocks it past. He's going to the byline. Superb cross, the type of cross where Grabham's probably thinking, look, I just need to waft my foot at this and I'm going to score. Grabham's pulled off. We've seen him in this position so often. Grabham just inside the far post. The cross comes over, low on the ground. Grabham controls the shot, rolls it into the corner. 2-0 Forest. Game over, but not the end of the action. It's going to be a bit of a harrowing last few minutes if you're a Rangers fan here. Bright Samuel comes in for Naki Wells. Struggled to get in the game. Wells. Semedo comes in for Lewis Grabban. We're trying to figure out what Lamouche is doing. He's going to put Amiobi up front, and you've now, I think, let me figure this out. You've got Carvalho down the right. You've got Bostock and Watson. You've got Amiobi down the left with Silva in the 10 position now. So completely recycled his front line there. Good versatility shown here. Bostock, another corner here. Carvalho is on the near post. He glances it. I suspect if that's Worrell or Grabban or a good aerial player, that goes on target, but it's over the top. We go into the 88th minute, and this is either a very neglectful defensive goal from QPR or a really brilliant dribble, depending on how you look at it. João Carvalho picks it up all the way over on the right wing. He makes the run diagonally. I don't know if they think he's going to go for the byline because it's late in the game, but as he comes diagonally, all of a sudden you're thinking, my God, this is opening up for him. No one is covering. He comes in, and now he's into the penalty box. Centre half obviously has to come across. Carvalho, really nice feet, slips inside him. He's in on goal. It's difficult because he's all right foot. He's on the angle. It looks like a left foot shot, but no, outside of the right foot as Lumley is setting himself into the corner, hits it early. Okay, the defending is a bit rank, but great dribble and finish by João Carvalho. Can't get in the starting 11, but that will do his confidence and his stakes of getting in there no harm at all. We're trying to figure out on the concourse now whether Forest can go third and adding up goals, and they're going to get another one. 3-0 is going to turn into 4-0. It's all a bit of a sad state of affairs. 4 minutes of stoppage time goes up. I think we're in the first of them. Cash has got forward. Everyone's having a go now. He's got forward from right back. Hits the shot low. Not good from Lumley here. He spills it. Amiobi again is going to get his second assist of the game. Remember, he's playing as a number 9 now. He gets in on it. As he sees that Lumley's not going to get it, he knows if he just pings this one to the side, Semedo is there. There he is. Open goal for Semedo. 2 substitutes scoring here, and he just slips it into the empty net. And it is 4-0 to Forest, and it is a very, very convincing away win. And that, as you can imagine, in stoppage time is all she wrote. Let's talk about Rangers quickly because it's getting worried now. If I have my stats right, the 5 games going into this was 3 defeats and 2 draws. So that's now 4 defeats and 2 draws in 6 games, which is, if you start extrapolating that out over 10 games, that's really, really poor form, and that's going to drag you down towards the bottom 6. I really enjoyed QPR at the start of the season with Eze and Bright Samuel and Ilias Chair, the 2 forwards scoring, the 2 wing-backs getting forward. It looks like Warburton is starting to second-guess himself now and saying, oh, well, we're great going forward, but we're too open. And now he's kind of caught neither nor. And I thought the absence of Hugel said a lot in that respect today, that he wanted to shore up central midfield and play both Bull and Amos. And I'm afraid it just didn't work. Sometimes you have to play to your strengths, and of course you have to develop your young players. And maybe they just need to accept it's going to be a high-scoring, high-conceding season. But from what I saw today, that was not as competitive as the other games I've seen. I've been here 3 times recently to see Rangers. They've drawn with Reading, they've lost to Brentford, and they have now lost to Forest today. So needs a bit of a pick-me-up. I don't know who Rangers have got on Saturday, but they need a win. Forest, second time I've seen them now. I saw them play against Derby. They won 1-0, so I've seen them play twice. Score 5 goals, concede none, and win 2 games. Maybe I am a lucky charm. I thought Samba was impressive in both. I think Cash at right back, he's unorthodox, and I'm sure if Darikwa gets back, he'll take that place as and when. But he does provide a nice thrust forward, Cash, even if Robinson can't balance it out on the other side. Watson sat and called the shots, but my friend Mr. Dorr, who I was with, said he was worried about Thiago Silva playing deep in midfield with Watson as a double pivot. Silva was excellent today, did all his defensive work, didn't lose his discipline and go marauding forward, didn't do any stupid things 20 yards from his own goal. I thought it was an excellent performance by Silva today, and maybe they can go to this 4-2-3-1 and use him a bit further back, because he did not let them down defensively today. Okay, Watson was looking after Eze, but props for Silva. I expected him to be a bit of a weakness in that area of the pitch, but a definite strength. Adoma, fairly quiet. Lolly in the 10 position. Okay, got the assist from the corner, drew the red card, so had an influence on the game, and Joe Lolly will always do that. Amiobi, great assist for 2-0 for Graben, the game killer. And Graben, you play him up front for 40 games in the Championship and he'll score 20 goals. He's proven at this level. That's why he's scored so many goals and commanded probably a nice salary for himself and lots of transfer fees over the past few years. Interesting that Forest did end up crushing QPR, because the Forest setup is to sit and be solid. Not that they're a dour team or an overly defensive team, but they're very, very well organised. If you look across the pitch at any time in the game, you'll be able to see the team shape clear as day from what they're doing. As I say, Watson calling the shots, but there is a fair bit of creativity deep from Silva today. The unpredictable Amiobi, Lolly can come in on that left foot. They've got a goal scorer, so it looks set up nicely for Forest. You would worry if Graben got injured. I don't know who's scoring the goals if not. And they really, really played this beautifully, as in score the set play, wait for the red card, sit back, and before that second goal went in for Forest, they were using the width and stretching QPR out. They played this perfectly today, as you can imagine, because they've won 4-0 away from home. So looking good for Forest. And remember, there's that game in hand as well against Reading in January, I think January the 21st, that got cancelled because of the waterlogged pitch up at the City ground next to the Trent there. Don't know if it flooded, but the pitch certainly wasn't playable that day. So, really good day for Forest. They're looking good. They're looking very sturdy for a top 6, and you wouldn't fancy a 2-legger against them. How many goals are you going to score in 180 minutes against Forest in a playoff game? That's what I would be looking ahead at if I was a Forest fan. QPR, I need to be looking ahead and trying to find a win from somewhere, because it's a slippy slope, and the manager seems to be starting to second guess himself. Let me know what you think. If you are a worried QPR fan, let me know in the comments how you think Warburton can fix it. Does he play the strengths? He's got 2 good forwards and all these good young players. Maybe attack is the way forward, because this kind of neither nor didn't seem to work. If you're a Forest fan, what's the upside here? How good can you be? Can it be a top 2 challenge? Are Leeds, West Brom and Fulham just that little bit ahead at the moment. We shall see, but certainly a great day for Forest today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit subscribe, ring the bell. You can support me on patreon.com, Benjamin Bloom. It has been a bit of a pasting for QPR today. It was QPR 0, Forest 4. Over and out.